Hi there, and welcome back. Today, we are going to discuss what it takes to become a good communicator and what kind of barriers one has to face. Consider good communication to be the secret ingredient in a successful, performing team. Communication plays a crucial role in building authentic relationships, generating ideas, and helping a team overcome challenges and face difficult conversations. In this session, we share 7 actionable tips for you to improve the quality and quantity of communication on your team starting today. Tip number 1: create a communication friendly space. It's your role as a manager to make sure that there is always a clear and constant flow of communication on your team. Speaking up about feelings or sharing ideas and initiatives should never be taboo. You need to encourage your team to express themselves by creating a communication friendly environment. Set the example. Always be communicating. Say good morning to your team to raise spirits and get the conversation flowing from the moment the day begins. Encourage social interactions. Prompt and inspire employees to eat away from their desks during lunch hour so they have a chance to communicate with one another and build relationships with their colleagues. Keep your door open. If you claim to have an open door policy, really, keep it open as often as possible by just reminding your employees often that you're there for them to talk whenever they need. Tip number 2: keep communication constant. Instead of relying on annual reviews to communicate with your employees, schedule monthly one-on-ones so that you can keep up to date on where your employees are at, how they are feeling, and what they might need from you to best contribute to the team. Schedule 1 hour every month to chat. You'd be surprised how much your employees have to say that they might not bring up if you didn't initiate these slotted talking times. Tip number 3: hold weekly town hall meetings. In addition to monthly one-on-one meetings, it's important to schedule the same sort of initiative, but for the whole team, in an open forum. Including everyone in these sorts of conversations is a great way to keep your team engaged. They'll feel a greater sense of belonging and feel part of something bigger, which will reflect in their performance. Some employees may feel shy speaking up in a public forum, so try passing around some post-it notes and pens for people to send in their questions anonymously. Tip number 4: ask for the employee's feedback. Communication should never be solely top-down or only one way. Regardless of the means through which you are communicating, always solicit your employees to share their thoughts, offer feedback, and get involved in a discussion. Tip number 5: communicate face-to-face. Using tools like Slack and email are often the most efficient. However, it's important to remember that face-to-face communication has a great amount of value in terms of sincerity and authenticity. Part of communication is human interaction, so as much as you possibly can without disrupting workflow, try speaking instead of typing. It will resonate more. Tip number 6: master your body language. Nonverbal communication is also important for leaders to consider. Your body language has a huge impact on the people around you. Try to communicate with a positive, physical presence and ensure that your body language is open and approachable. Smile. Keep your arms uncrossed. Maintain an upright posture. Maintain eye contact. Put your devices away. Tip number 7: don't over communicate. Ideally, there's no such thing as too much communication, but too much of anything isn't good. After work hours, keep the number of emails you send to employees to a minimum. While your communication is likely very important, it can also most probably wait until the following day. In a perfect world, people know to power down after work hours and stop checking their emails, but the truth is that most of us are so connected to our jobs and our devices that not checking seems unnatural. If you promote a healthy work-life balance, help them make that possible.